been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Good morning. Right back like we never left. Another Saturday morning with the W Show, Kansas City, talking sports and pop culture. If this is your first time checking us out, we greatly appreciate you making us a part of your Saturday morning. It's early Saturday morning. What's happening, Q?
Man, I'm up. Ready to go. Got some stuff to talk about today.
Man, we got a lot to talk about. And coming up, we're going to talk, of course, Chiefs. They got their rings. It was a sight to see down at Union Station on Thursday. So we'll talk about that. And then we'll also talk about the Denver Nuggets. They won the NBA title.
Yes, they did.
Their first.
Stan Kroenke wins again.
Of course. We'll also talk about Christian Braun. He joins an exclusive list with Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, after the NBA Finals win.
Yeah,
that surprised you?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, everything is statistical now, so
yeah.
Of course, they'll bring that up, but he ain't nothing like them. But congratulations, CB.
All right, and Paris Senators, they ask Attorney General to review PGA and Live Golf partnership. So we'll dive into that, and then we'll have a pretty extensive conversation about Ja Morant. He was suspended 25 games by the NBA for his latest gun incident. Surprising?
Yeah, surprising on two different ways for me. Like you said, we'll get into it a little bit later, though.
Yep, let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on the W with Walls and the crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
All right, the Chiefs received their Super Bowl 57 championship rings, commemorating second title in 4 years. So 4 months after the Super Bowl 57 triumph, the Chiefs officially have announced have their rings. So the team held a ceremony in Kansas City on Thursday night to distribute the commemorative jewelry among players, coaches, and staff. So the rings are made up of 609 round diamonds, 16 baguette diamonds, 4 Marquise diamonds, and 35 custom-cut genuine rubies with an approximate weight of 16.10 total carats. Man, what you think?
Them some nice rings.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Wilbon was talking about them on his show yesterday. He's talking about it was over 600 something diamonds in the new ring. So, I mean, I think it's nice. And you do that twice in 4 years, man. You deserve it.
Yeah, and you got to think about too the fact that now there's so much hype around a championship ring, right? Like,
yes.
I saw there was something, that talked about just the different rings and the styles and going from Super Bowl 1 all the way up to 57. And just looking at the Chiefs' second Super Bowl ring compared to this one, there were no diamonds, of course, around where it says world champions. There were a lot of differences, but this is crazy because now you can actually take the top off the ring and see the inside of it. So I felt like that was pretty dope.
I think Golden State Warriors had something kind of similar to that.
Yeah.
And I mean, now they're just getting really, really creative with these rings. And I think that's one of the biggest motivations for people now, man. You want something looking nice on your hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I said, but the Golden State Warriors, they also had something kind of similar to that. But those are some nice rings, man.
Yeah. And talking to a bunch of the players, just outside of Union Station, and the rookies kind of made me think a little bit because I talked to Sky Moore, Isaiah Pacheco, and a bunch of other guys, and they were like, well, this is all we know. Like, only thing we know coming into the league as a rookie is going to the playoffs, winning the AFC Championship game, and winning the Super Bowl. So we don't know anything more.
I mean, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving forward, I mean, you already got that championship pedigree in your, you know what I'm saying, built in you already. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's good for those guys, especially the young guys.
Yeah. And then you think about the fact that coming in as a rookie, you know the stature of Coach Andy Reid, Hall of Fame coach. And I talked to a couple of defensive guys with about Steve Spagnuolo, another possible Hall of Fame coach in the future. So I think them coming in and having to be under is it hard for guys? You play professional basketball. Is it hard for guys to go into from the transition from college to a professional sport and being under a Hall of Fame coach? You feel like it's hard to live up to those standards?
Not necessarily, because coaches like that, coaches that's Hall of Fame type of coaches, I mean, they set the standard early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, of course, it's always going to be an adjustment that you got to make when you're going up to a different level. But when those type of coaches, man, they know how to deal with younger players. They know how to deal with, you know what I'm saying, teaching kids how to adapt to the different, you know what I'm saying, to the professional game.
Yeah.
And that's the way. That's how you win. That's how you're able to become a Hall of Fame type of coach.
Yeah. Now, the Denver Nuggets, they won their first NBA championship title in Game 5 over the Miami Heat. Was that surprising? Because I know we watched the game together a couple times, and it looked like, because Miami had been on the brink of elimination a few times before, right? Like, we felt like they would be able to come back at some point.
I just felt like Denver was just a better overall team. You know what I mean? As far as just like size. I mean, you can see from their starting five. I mean, Jamal Murray was the smallest guy on the team, on the floor, on the starting five. And he's about 6'4", 6'5".
Right.
So, I mean, it just got bigger and bigger after that. You know what I mean? And plus, they also had they were deep. You know, they had a lot of depth. They had players coming off the bench. You had Bruce Brown, you had Jeff Green to give you some good minutes. Then you also had Christian Braun coming in, giving you some solid minutes in a couple of those games. So, I mean, that was just hard to beat. And then you got the arguably 3-time in a row MVP in Jokic.
Yeah.
So, man, it was a lot to overcome for the Miami Heat.
Man, but the Nuggets, though, like, I didn't feel like they were that much better of a team than, let's just talk about the Boston Celtics, right? Like, I didn't feel like they were. I mean, of course, you had Jokic, but as far as guard play goes, I mean, I feel like the Boston Celtics would have been a much better matchup.
I think the way that the Denver Nuggets are structured, with their two main players, you got Jamal Murray, then you have Jokic, of course.
Big man guard, Kobe, Shaq,
and so all the pieces around that,
right,
to me, are better than Boston's pieces, because you have Jason Tatum and you got Jaylen Brown, but I feel like Denver's all-around whole team was just better put together for a winning for a championship caliber.
And the reason I say that is because being able to stretch the floor, right? Bam Adebayo isn't able to stretch the floor like Al Horford.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, so when you're able to pull Jokic out and make him have to guard the three-point line, I think that opens up the lanes a little bit more for a Tatum to drive and things like that.
I agree with that, but you also remember you still got size. You still have,
of course,
Michael Porter Jr. I forgot to mention him.
Yeah,
he's about 6'10". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon, man, those are big guys. You know what I mean? So you try to go around those. You go around Jokic, you still got a 6'10", a 6'9" guy right there waiting on you to meet you at the rim.
Yeah, and defensively though, like you don't have a guy like Marcus Smart on your team on Miami. You don't have a guy that's going to be able to push Jamal Murray around. You know what I'm saying? Like, get in his head. You don't have a guy like that.
And you're missing your best player, one of your best players.
Two of your best players.
Yeah, because Tyler Heroes, he averaged the most points on the team. I'm not saying if Tyler Hero would have played that they would have beat them. I don't think so. But it would have probably made for a better series. But I think also Mike Malone doesn't get enough credit for the job that he does.
Yeah.
Mike Malone is a heck of a coach. And he's coached those guys the right way, and he made sure that he could, you know what I'm saying, keep them like leveled. You know what I mean? Because I remember watching a game, they were up by 30 points, and they start, playing a little different. And he called a timeout. They were up 30, and he told them, "Hey, y'all playing like we up 30." I need y'all to continue to keep y'all foot on the, on the
Right.
gas. So, I mean, I think he deserves a lot of credit for that championship.
Does Victor Oladipo make that series a little bit different?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think Victor Oladipo, just my opinion, I think Victor Oladipo he's on the decline right now.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he would have made too much of a difference in that series.
Yeah. And we talk about a difference maker. Christian Braun. He joins an exclusive list with Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, after NBA Finals win. So, of course, he had a double-double on April 4th of 2022 with his national championship win with the Kansas Jayhawks. Now he's a national champion, or at least NBA champion as well, world champion.
Well, a player like Christian Braun, he's that guy that you always want on your team, right? That does a little bit of everything. I mean, he plays hard, he hustles hard. He's a scrapper, man. He's a gamer, you know what I mean? So whenever you got a player like that on your team,
right,
he'll be good on any team when he, does the dirty work, And I mean, he still has a lot to learn, a lot to grow with, but I mean, the fact that he's in a situation and put in a situation where he could be that guy, it helps him out a lot.
Now, I saw a post on Facebook, and I want you to answer this, and you probably saw the post about Christian Braun, and it was one of those things. Of course, he's a Kansas City area native, right? Yeah. Is he one of the best area basketball players ever?
Honestly, to answer that question, I just feel like we're just doing that too soon and too much right now. It's just too many comparisons. I mean, there's a lot of guys that's done a lot more than CB. Yeah. And I'm talking about on the NBA level. Yeah. You know what I mean? So for me, I stay out of that because I just don't think that should even be a question. I think that everybody should celebrate him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Winning the championship, give him his flowers and everything like that. But comparing him and saying that he's the best player ever out of Kansas City, I think that's a little bit overboard to me. Yeah, because
I had to look back and think about just some other guys that, went to the league and that won college championship and also NBA championship. If you think about a guy like Brandon Rush, he was able to do that. And nobody really mentions that.
Well, I mean, you just think about, even if they didn't win championships, you still got guys from here that played bigger roles than what Christian Braun has played over a substantial amount of time in the NBA. You can't take that away from them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like guys like Alec, guys like Earl, guys like Teron. Teron got 2 rings. Right. You know what I mean? So and one as a coach. So it's like, man,
but I think the college aspect of it, like won a national title as and was a huge part of the win with KU.
Yeah,
I think that's the part where it puts him above a few other guys.
Man, you know how I am.
Yeah,
I like everybody to get their stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you put in the right situations, man,
that's what it's about. We talk about NFL quarterbacks, like coming from being put in that right situation, having a good coach.
Put in the right situation, bro. It's hard to lose like that, you know? So, I mean, it's a blessing for him to be able to get put in those situations like that and be able to get that done.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, there's a pair of senators. They've asked Attorney General to review PGA Tour and LIV Golf partnership. I really want to talk about this. Plus, we have Ja Morant conversation coming up here in a little bit. We'll be back. This is the W Show.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
FPS Security is here to secure Greater KC protection where you need them most. Social events, birthday parties, corporate events, weddings, small businesses, and more. Call FPS Security at 816-379-3600 or visit fpssecuritykc.com. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Reliable, fast, and professional service.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors: classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Back in on the W show, streaming live on via social media and live on 100.1 FM. Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag Talk About It, message us, and we will talk about whatever topic you want. So, a pair of senators have asked Attorney General to review PGA Tour and Live Golf partnership. So a pair of United States senators are asking Attorney General Merrick Garland to review PGA Tour's planned partnership with the World Tour and Live Golf. You guys surprised about that at all?
I mean, with the amount of money being exchanged, I would guess you would think there's some sort of foul play in there. I don't know. I wonder what they suspect has gone on with that.
Well, I believe the reason that they're, wanting to look into it some more is just you talked about the money, right? Mm-hmm. Like when you think about the oil, the Saudi Arabian government, there's a lot of people with money, and what happens with money, it brings power. And then once you are able to have that money be exchanged with the American, people, it starts to funnel into the government, and golf is, it's corporate, right? Golf, you think about judges, senator, like all these control. People, they lose if you have money funneling through golf, like it's not like basketball, baseball, it's golf.
Yeah.
Like that's where you hear all the time. The biggest thing about golf is that's where some of the biggest meetings are held on the golf course.
Yeah.
The biggest business deals are, done right on the golf course. So that money from the Saudi Arabian government, they just want to make sure that everything's on the up and up, and that, there's no they're not able to infiltrate the American society and the American way by just with their money. Yeah.
I think it's too late for that.
You think so?
No, it's way too late for that.
Because the money that they offering. Some of them dudes don't care about that.
Yeah. We got Supreme Court justices being paid off for their opinions. They definitely have some money somewhere working in government.
Saudi Arabia is throwing bags at people.
Yeah. But I don't think they find anything worthwhile.
You don't think so?
No.
And it was more of the trust issues than anything, like antitrust laws and things like that. You played over there. What's
I just feel like it's a situation where Saudi Arabia is trying to build their sports. They're trying to build up the reputation for their own sports, man. They have the money to do it, and when you pay money for a good player, it boosts up your you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I said, they offered a guy from a soccer player, offered him like $244 million for one season just to come over and play for Al Ittihad. And it's like, how do you turn that money down? That's not a lot to do in Saudi Arabia. I can admit that, but to go over there and make that kind of money, man, you can make something to do. You can figure out a way to do something.
Yeah.
And there was a report that they offered Tiger $3 billion.
Yeah. And Lionel Messi, $2 billion. Yeah. So it's like they're trying to build up their sports, man. And I mean, the only way that they see, I guess, that they see fit doing it is to pay.
Yeah. And then you have owners in other leagues. Like, this has a lot to do with I would say Roger Goodell. I would say I think more NFL than anything, and because once they're able to infiltrate one sport and fans and the athletes see it, they're going to say, "Oh, okay. Well, they're paying this much. Well, what happens when they start an NFL league or like a football league over there?"
That was my next question. Do they start with a team, an NFL team?
Yeah,
because I mean it's coming. It's maybe not all of the big three. I don't see baseball. In Saudi Arabia big like that. I mean, we already have soccer. But that leaves the NBA and the NFL. The NBA, I don't think they're looking for international expansion like that.
Not in Saudi Arabia, I don't think.
Well, I mean, not in Saudi Arabia, but I mean, you have your different Euro leagues.
Oh,
and
of
your
course.
different
The problem is because I've been there, is if you want to play there and be there, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's like the biggest problem because it's not a lot to do at all. It's not a lot to do at all.
So you telling me if they start, let's just say next season they come out, oh, we're starting this World Football League and we're putting it in Saudi Arabia and we're offering, let's say Patrick Mahomes. We're offering Patrick Mahomes $5 billion to come over here and quarterback my team. He's not going to leave the NFL.
He's gone.
He's out of here.
He's
$5 billion.
$5 billion to come over here and quarterback my football team.
With my Achilles injury, I will come back and play for $5 billion, bro. Come on. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, whatever it is that they're trying to do, they know. I would hope that they understand that they have to build up some stuff around the country in order to pique the interest of players to come over besides just money. You know, and I know there's plenty of guys that'll do it, but it's tough it's tough, especially when you're coming from an NFL or NBA team and you used to being able to do this and do that and go here and go there and be able to live good. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's not about the money. That's I feel like that's why Lionel Messi said no.
Yeah.
He turned down a lot.
Tiger too.
Yeah, and Tiger too. So it's like, come on, you know.
But those are two people that are GOATs in their respective sports, right?
Yeah, like you gotta go for the big dogs first.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So like, if they go after the small players, and I'm going back to the NFL here, but let's just say they go after Juju Smith-Schuster or a Dak Prescott.
I can see Dak doing it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So you get all these other players. Who else does that leave? It's gonna make the big players look kind of side eye, like. All right, like, you know, and then in turn, it makes the NFL say, okay, can we sit down and can we meet? And once they get that meeting, they know they got them.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like China was smarter about it because what they did was they got players that's on the decline. Like for example, like we just talked about earlier, Victor Oladipo.
Yeah.
They'll offer Victor Oladipo $4 million right now to go play for one season.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That
that's what China was doing. Like
Stephon
with J.R. Smith, they offered him $3 million to go play. He went over there and played, came back and went to the Cavs and won. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that's the type of way that China is going about doing it. But Saudi Arabia has more money to offer, I guess. So they're going after the big dogs. Like Lionel Messi, come on, he's like one of the greatest, if not the greatest soccer player ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 rings already. So it's like they going after the big dogs, but I feel like if they go after more like, you know, mid-level players right now, they could actually probably do something.
Yeah.
And that could be a situation.
It could be.
There's a lot of guys that talk about going to China when they feel like that they at the end of their careers, but they still got a little bit more in the tank.
Yeah. And you mentioned situation. Well, there's an NBA player that's been in a situation recently. So Ja Morant, he's suspended 25 games for the NBA for his latest gun incident. So the NBPA, they've basically come out and said, hey, it's excessive and inappropriate punishment. So Ja Morant was suspended for 25 games to start the 2023-24 NBA season, following his most recent instance of the Memphis Grizzlies star brandishing a firearm on social media. The league announced Friday.
Do you think that's too many games?
I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was going to be that minimal, right? Like that's minimal to me. 25 games. That's. I mean, you got preseason, and then I mean that's you're not even in the end of October yet. Like you know,
He could
Thanksgiving.
possibly be back December 20th.
December 20th. So yeah,
And they said that he's not missed less than 20 games since he's been in the league.
as a whole.
No, period. Every season he's been playing, he's not missed less than 20 games. So that's really like nothing.
Yeah. Front loaded.
I feel like the union, they probably got them games down for the arguments that they had or whatever that they did to go against the NBA.
Yeah.
I really feel like Adam Silver really wanted to do more than that. Yeah. Because if I'm sitting here with you and you're my boss and I'm looking you in your eyes and I'm telling you this won't happen again. And then 2 months later, here I am again on the Instagram live.
Months.
You know what I'm saying? Like just toting a gun around my face. And I'm one of the biggest faces of the league coming up. Like when LeBron goes and KD goes, Steph goes, like Ja, you're going to be, you're one of our guys. So it's like, I can't, as a commissioner, I'm sure that it was probably more extensive than that, but they went with the 25 games. I was expecting at least half a season or a whole season. I mean, just me. Yeah. I was expecting that.
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting at least 50 games.
At least 50 games.
Yeah.
Wasn't this more games than like Latrell Sprewell choking his coach out? I feel like he got a lot less games.
Yeah,
I don't remember how many.
I don't remember how many, but I know Ron Artest got a season.
For that fight? Yeah, for the fight. Yeah, Malice at the Palace, baby.
He got and somebody threw a drink at him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was just defending himself. He got a whole year.
But my thing, too, is so Ja issued a statement, and he said, I've had time to reflect, and I realized how much hurt I've caused. He said, I want to apologize to the NBA, the Grizzlies, my teammates in the city of Memphis, to Adam Silver, Zach Kleiman, and Robert Pera, who had given me the opportunity to be a professional athlete and have supported me.
I don't want to stop you mid-sentence, but
yeah,
he did this already.
That's what I'm saying.
That was on ESPN.
That was my whole point.
Jalen Rose. He talked to Stephen A. Smith or I don't know, Reggie Miller. I don't know. He talked to everybody. Everybody sat down and talked to him, and he said the same stuff.
Yeah. He said. He also said, "I'm sorry for the harm I've done to the kids who look up to me. I'm sorry for failing you as a role model. I promise I'm going to be better. To all my sponsors, I'm going to be a better representation of our brands, and to all my fans, I'm going to make it up to you. I promise." My thing is, and if I'm Kyrie, Nike issued a statement too that said we look forward to seeing a better Ja and so forth, so forth. So if I'm Kyrie, this makes me turn my eyebrow.
Big time.
Like, I didn't do anything like this. Like he had a gun. I mean, come on now.
Twice.
Well, the second time was a toy gun.
So they say. Word on the street. Word on the street.
It would be cute to say that.
Yeah.
No way, bro. No way. Toy gun, no toy gun. It's a gun.
Yeah.
And you did it 2 times, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're an NBA basketball player. Like, why do you need to feel the need to be toting a gun around playing with a gun, bro? Like a rapper. Be a basketball player.
Yeah.
Do what you get paid to do. Most rappers that really need to tote a gun around really don't be playing with it like that.
Nah, you ain't gonna know what they got.
Man, that's not, I don't know, these videos and stuff like that has made it seem like it's okay to just be brandishing and just showing off guns and doing all that stuff. Like, bro, like in real life, real people don't do that like that. And that's just, I mean, it's the social media, dude.
So one of the gang members that's in LA, I don't know if y'all saw this. He said Ja's gonna have to pay for his gang signs that he's been throwing up.
Oh,
you guys go watch it.
See what happens?
So did you? I don't know if you guys saw that, but he's one of the biggest, I guess, Crips that's in LA.
So Ja been throwing up.
He said you throwing up our hood, and you're gonna have to pay for that. He said he said you can ask Draymond Green. He's like, Draymond paid his duty. He said Draymond's done a lot for the city of LA. He said, you can ask Draymond if you want to, but you're going to have to pay for that. He said, you don't want to owe the Crips for life. So he said, you better stop while you ahead.
See, that's what I'm talking about. They be thinking that stuff is okay, bro. Just play basketball.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's exactly
play
his words.
Basketball, bro. Play basketball. Do what you get paid to do, man.
You think Ja ain't just gonna show up with a check?
And that was another thing he said. He said, I want to sit down with Ja Morant. He asked people in the room. I don't know who else was in the room, but he said, do y'all think Ja would literally sit down with me and have a conversation? And everybody in the room was like, man, no, Ja ain't trying to sit down with you and have no conversation. Why would he do that? So,
I mean, better that than owe a debt, right?
I mean,
because what happens if you don't pay the debt?
You better stay in Memphis.
You can't stay in Memphis.
I mean, but
in LA.
you gotta play the Clippers.
you in the West.
Play them 3 times over there. Yeah, boy, you got to go to Staples or Crypto, whatever it's called.
He gonna stay in the arena?
Nah, they got people that can get.
Is there like an underground tunnel that connects Staples to the Clippers arena?
To the JFK tunnel. Clyde Banks.
Yeah, man. But yeah,
I mean, that's just another example of these dudes, man. This stuff ain't no game.
Yeah,
basketball, that's a game. Play the game.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be street, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about a game. Michael Jordan, he's not having any games. He plans on selling his Charlotte Hornets after 13 years as majority owner. So the Hall of Famer agreed to the sale of the Charlotte Hornets to a group led by Hornets minority owner Gabe Plotkin and Atlanta Hawks minority owner Rick Schnall. The team announced Friday. So rapper J. Cole and country music star Eric Church are also in the new ownership group.
Yeah, well, he sold his majority stake. He still has some in it.
Stake.
Yeah, he still got some in it. But shoot, to turn 275 into $3 billion, I'd do it.
Yeah, he purchased a team in 2010 for $275 million, and he's gonna sell them for $3 billion.
I think it's my opinion. Michael Jordan, man, is a competitor, dude. Like, he's probably tired of seeing the team that he owns that can't contend for championships, man. Like, Michael Jordan is that competitive, man. He's jacked up upstairs with that.
How long before he looks at buying and purchasing another team or moves over to the NFL?
I have no idea. I don't know what Michael Jordan's thinking about, man. He's getting older. He want to chill.
Yeah,
I think so. Nah.
Do some golf swings. Relax.
He wants. I mean, you see what he did. He wants to get something to generate more money.
I mean, what kind of
motocross?
What kind of different energy does a new ownership group bring to a franchise, and especially in the NBA? When you have this many owners, Jordan has owned the team 13 years. I don't think they've seen a playoff appearance in quite a while. Does this ownership group bring a new energy or something that some kind of winning formula?
I think it does. I mean, that's why you allow a guy like J. Cole to put his name on it, right?
J. Cole over Michael Jordan.
You just said Michael Jordan's getting old.
Yeah, but he knows basketball. He knows talent.
But
he knows how
to. But you just said he's getting old.
You can't put him on the court. Yeah.
No,
you throw J. Cole out there.
I was saying that as a way of him, like, just saying I'm ready to do more personal stuff.
Yeah, but talking about from a branding standpoint, he's still going to have his name on it. He know that at some point is going to generate more money. So that's why you throw, like I said, that's why you throw a guy like J. Cole and Eric Church. You're getting both sides. And J. Cole is from Carolina too. So I just think some freshness. I mean, you think about, just look at locally when Dan Glass, the Glass family end up selling the Royals. There was a new buzz about the team. Oh, well, maybe they'll come in and spend some money. Maybe they're not saying that Jordan was cheap, but you never know. I mean, we're not in Carolina. We don't know what the take is on this.
They got to do better draft picks.
Yep.
That's where it's going to start. They got to draft some better players.
Yeah.
And I mean, with that being said, when you draft a kid, you got expectations and hopes and you see a potential in a kid, and if they don't pan out, then that's like, how can you be? You know what I mean? So I mean, you got a lot of players that were supposed to be stars, you know, and they just didn't pan out. I mean, one of the biggest ones to me that stands out like a sore thumb to me, because we know what he could do, and I didn't believe that he could do it on the NBA level, but he can't do it enough because he can't stay on the floor, is Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
You know, and remember when the Pelicans got the #1 pick, remember on TV when they was like they won the lottery, they was in there dancing, throwing paper up in the air, and going crazy, and now he's talking about they talking about trading him.
Said that they don't Zion Williamson and the ownership have no relationship at all.
Yeah.
That was the report.
So,
oh, really?
Yeah. They're talking about trading him.
Yeah.
And I would. They played well without him. I mean, we see how good he is and what he could possibly do, but just because you can possibly do it, I need you doing it on the floor.
Where's a potential landing spot that you see him going
and helping?
Yeah.
Houston.
Zion can still help a team.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna.
I think he'll be good in Houston with the Rockets. It's a young core. It's a young group. Ime Udoka is going to be down there. I
think he can go to Dallas too.
You got Jalen Green. I say Houston because they got a lot of athletes, and Zion is an athlete, man. He likes to get out on the open floor, catch lobs. You know, he's a good screener. He can screen and roll, catch a lob. And Houston has a lot of young guards that can get up and down the floor. You got Jalen Green, and you got
but do you want to go athlete heavy like that? Is there a piece that they could add, like bringing back a James Harden? Can James Harden and a Zion coexist on the court?
Of course. It just matter of if James wants to.
I'm so confused with James Harden right now, but I think James Harden would mess the chemistry up that they got going on down there. I mean, they have a team where it's a bunch of young guys, and they're gonna continue to, grow together and build their chemistry up. I feel like a veteran like James Harden will come in there, man, and it'll divide the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think he'll divide the locker room. I think he needs to go somewhere with other vets in his reign, in his area, in his same age group. Like, if he goes and plays with, it sounds weird, but if he goes back to Arizona, he went to Arizona State. Mm-hmm. If he goes back to Phoenix, to Arizona, and plays with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, I think that's a better look to me. Because he can run the point. We know he can play the point.
Yeah, but is there enough shots? Because volume shooter.
But James Harden, if you paid attention to him the last 2 years, he really haven't been shooting that much like he was in Houston. When he switched his game up to be get 10 assists a game, and he get his little 15, 18, he might, if it's a situation where he's hot from those step backs, he'll hit about 25 points a game. But his game he started to change his game around a little bit to be more of a point guard, and I think that would be a better fit, even like Los Angeles, even maybe play with the Lakers or something like that. But I don't think him going to a young team I don't think that's the right move for him. I don't think he's that much of a leader anyway.
I can give you that.
Yeah. And young guys need a leader, bro. They need it. They need a guy like a Udonis Haslem or something like that. Somebody that's going,
They also need a guy like LeBron James. And LeBron is planning to open up affordable housing complex in Akron for his Akron community. So James opened I Promise School in 2018 in the hometown of Akron, Ohio. The school serves as a safe place for underprivileged youth in the area and teaches students in grades 3 through 5 the aspirations to move to grades 1 through 8.
I like it. I love it. I mean, I love it. Kansas City is growing at a pace that, we just honestly haven't seen in I can't even say a long time. I don't think we've seen the real estate. I don't think we've seen it, and especially as many industries outside of real estate that we've seen grow.
Right.
There's not a lot of affordable housing, especially in downtown and midtown. for LeBron to set this precedent. 50 apartments. That's 50 families. And it gives people a comfortable place to live. It having all the modern amenities. These are things that intentionally underserved communities do not have. And for LeBron to gather a group of individuals to make that happen, it is very small steps, but you would hope that the NBA as a league would get behind projects like this in every city that they're in.
Yeah.
You would hope that the NFL, the MLB, you would hope that they would join in with different programs like these, because these families are potential fans,
of course,
potential players in the league. I mean, you can go on and on with the potential that you could bring up if they're nurtured. And I think LeBron is doing a good job of that so far with the school and also now with housing.
Yeah.
I mean, in about 10 to 15 years, we could say LeBron for president, it seems like, because he's actively solving a lot of the issues that our own government just doesn't even want to solve.
And the complex, like you mentioned, features 50 apartments with modern amenities. The building features 2, 3, and 4-bedroom apartments with Wi-Fi, community and fitness rooms. And some of the units in the building have been designed for families with mobility and sensory needs.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome.
Why do I feel like there's a butt coming?
It's not.
Okay, because
no. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I just think that I'm gonna do a little bit of research and I'll let you know if somebody else has done this already.
Yeah. I mean, you have guys like Jalen Rose that are doing
the school. I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why didn't Jalen Rose get so much credit for when he did the school thing? Like, I'm gonna do some research and see if somebody else has done this before. Not saying that it's a bad thing, and to like you said, why can't we do it in every city? That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But I want to see if somebody else has done, because I think Akon, if I'm not mistaken, I think Akon done this in his country. But I want to see before I get to saying stuff that I ain't sure about. But I want to see.
And you have players like Warwick Dunn.
Yep.
I don't think he did up to 50, but I feel like he had somewhere between like the 15 to 20 different housing
Warwick
units.
Dunn did do that. Warwick Dunn did,
and he specifically had those for single parent families,
single parent mamas.
So yeah, I mean, you have athletes that have done different things for their community. I don't know if anyone has done it at this scale.
And I read the comments. First, Michael Watson said, "Is it sunny in the studio today?" And he said, "Affordable housing is as important as eating these days." That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree. Like I said, I think it's awesome what he's doing, but never mind.
Yeah, no, and
because I don't want to sound like that guy.
Yeah,
because
nobody
people should be able to get credit for what they've done with their communities too.
And a guy we always talk about, I guess, in Kansas City, kind of negatively, but is LaShawn McCoy. So wow. I follow Shady on his social media accounts, and he's doing a lot with housing. Mm-hmm. He's doing a lot with housing in Philadelphia and low income communities on both aspects. So he is bringing in like minority construction workers, minority workers to build these houses, and they're all for low income families as well.
I mean, it's Braun, so it's gonna get blown up.
Yeah, and what he's doing isn't getting as blown up as this yet, but I understand.
Yeah,
it's not getting blown up because it's Braun.
Yes,
if any player opens a school and then also opens 50 units of housing, like nobody's done that
because it's Braun. Braun is he's on TV every day. He's on TV every day. What he does is he has to control the narrative with everything, bro. And that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
when you own a business, that's the
fine.
goal, is
That's
to
fine.
control your narrative.
You got to be on
You
point
want
every
you want
day.
you want other people like Quentin Day to control your
Nah,
narrative.
Nah. You got to talk about what haircut he got, what where he's at vacationing, and what soap he wear.
See, now you can't say, y'all can't say it about me. Like I'm not. I know that's the only negative,
bro.
Brian.
You were 2 peas in a pod.
Bro, like every day we gotta say it's
2 peas in a pod.
Oh, he changed his number again. Or, like
Look,
he
Kobe-
got 4 cell phones. Like what? Like
Kobe didn't even have this much hate for LeBron.
man,
I mean, y'all
it's
gotta
not
stop.
hate. It's facts. Like every day we gotta talk about Bron.
Yeah, Mike also said ain't nobody doing what Brian is doing. They don't have his resources. That's very true.
No, and that's
very true.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Like, nobody has it. To his point,
Yeah.
nobody has opened a school, but then also,
Jalen Rose has a school. He does have a school in J. Rose Academy.
okay, let me
He did
Okay,
it
okay.
let me
before
finish.
Bron.
Let me finish the statement.
Okay.
Nobody's opened a school, and also provided housing for the students in that school.
That's true.
So you don't have to
That's true.
research that. Like, and that's what I'm like. LeBron does these things. He feels a need, and especially in his community.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up in Akron, yeah, I'm not understanding why we trying to shift this, because this is a great story. I'm not going to say it's a feel good story, because in one of the richest nations in the world,
Yeah.
we shouldn't have athletes that are expending resources for the citizens.
Right. Well,
I mean,
let me.
Yeah.
I was about to hate. I
Yeah.
was about to be like, yeah. Let me figure out something. What can I do to get people to stop talking about me getting swept?
But it's also,
I'm just
it's also huge
just
for it's
playing.
also huge for them to spend their own money too, because he's getting a huge tax write off for it.
Big time.
I mean that, but you still have to upkeep what's going on.
Yeah,
Let's
true.
stay over here on our.
That's true.
Let's stay over here. Let's stay over here.
Yeah.
On
So
our side.
so
But I think
so
it's
LeBron
awesome, bro. I
LeBron
do
for
think it's
president.
awesome.
It sounds like it in 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
I mean, but y'all can't stay over there like that.
No, I'm staying over
It
here.
sees like a good, warm and cozy place,
It's
because
warm, it's warm and cozy,
because in
bro.
this world out here, it's a cold world, and LeBron got on the first down.
All right, we're coming up.
Triple
We'll dive
fat
into our hater love it segment. Keep it locked in. This is a W show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC We Spin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC We Spin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC We Spin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC We Spin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
FPS Security is here to secure greater KC protection where you need them most. Social events, birthday parties, corporate events, weddings, small businesses, and more. Call FPS Security at 816-379-3600 or visit fpssecuritykc.com. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Reliable, fast, and professional service.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors: classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Welcome back to the W Show on 100.1 FM and streaming live via social media. Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it. Message us, and we would talk about whatever topic you want. Let's get to our Hate It or Love It segment.
It's that time for Love It or Hate It.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
So starting off with our sneakers of the week, we got some dope ones today, man. I'm really feeling these. The Nike Dunk Low SE Vault. I like these. I'm a Volt guy.
Is that the Volt green with a white bottom?
It is. Well, no, there's a Volt. The midsole. It's a green bottom, but the midsole is white. I like those.
I'll probably wear them once or twice. And
I like those.
Wear them no more.
I like those. So next you got the women's Nike Dunk Low blue suedes. Stepping on my blue suede shoes. Yeah, I like these.
I like these.
Yeah.
Steve, you could wear these with your Royals jersey.
I can. You're right. Only thing is, it's like a is that a tan or it's like a tan there. I don't know.
You can put something together with those.
Yeah, probably can.
I've seen you do.
All right, Nike Air Max 186 Lost Sketch. I love these. I like these better than the other ones.
These.
No,
those are ugly, bro.
No,
yeah.
Those
you just better. Like Air Max.
I do,
and that's fine.
Okay.
He already seen the outfit in his mind that he was gonna put with those.
Of course, little two-piece set. You know what I'm saying? All right, last but not least, the N7 Nike SB Dunk Low Black and Sail. These are fire.
Them is fire.
Yeah.
I could rock those.
Pass on those too.
Come on, Q.
Pass on those too.
Passed on all of them.
This wasn't a great list.
Steve got outfits that go with all those already. That's why he put those in there.
Show dude.
We should have made room for some New Balance or something because this wasn't a good list.
All right, so announced earlier this week, Wichita State will face KU at the T-Mobile Center on December 30th.
You excited?
So, I mean, here's the thing about this.
Women's or men's?
Men. So here's the thing about this. It's been said, and I won't say who said it, but it's been said that KU's been ducking Wichita State over the years. I mean, they didn't want to play him when Greg Marshall had his 7-year run. Now that they have a new coach, they want to play him.
Dog walk.
So when they were making it to the NCAA tournament 7 years straight, there was no KU Wichita State.
Dog walk.
So KU leads the all-time series with Wichita State 12-3, and the Jayhawks have won 5 of the 6 last meetings. So this would be the first regular season matchup between the two schools since January 6, 1993, and a Kansas 103-54 win in Allen Fieldhouse. So the next series matchup was the most recent meeting at Wichita State, 78-65 win in Omaha, Nebraska, in the second round of the 2015 NCAA tournament.
Definitely remember that.
So people say, since 2015, they've been ducking them since then.
Dog walk.
Because of recruitment.
They about to smack them at T-Mobile Center.
Wichita State about to beat KU?
About to smack them.
Does KU have a pretty good recruiting class coming in?
It don't matter. They got Bill Self.
They
about to smack them.
They always get some kids, and Coach Self talks about, they start off slow and come back good.
When is this game? January 6th?
Because December 30th.
Oh, December 30th. Oh, yeah. That's like after they about 2 months in. Oh yeah, they about to smash them.
Because they have a couple of transfers coming in, or is that K-State?
No, they have a couple of transfers coming in too. Always. All right, so Jamar Chase was asked a question about Patrick Mahomes being the NFL's best QB. And Jamar Chase says Pat who. So Jamar Chase has proven himself as one of the most prominent wide receivers in the league only after 2 seasons. And he was asked earlier this week about Patrick Mahomes. Let's hear what Jamar Chase had to say.
You were asked about the number 1 player in the NFL with very little hesitation. You said
Joe Burrow. Everybody knows that. Yeah, that's easy. MVP.
He said Pat.
Who said Pat?
Joe.
Pat who?
Oh, so he thought he thought that was really funny. But you know what? Petty Pat came out, baby.
Say nothing about you, Steve.
Petty Pat came out.
Don't talk about
And you know what? You know what Petty Pat came with? Petty Pat came with. Of course, he had his at his ring ceremony. He had the 2 rings on, and he said, "That's who with the 2 rings." With with the making the phone call face. That's who.
Oh my.
Yeah, I love this. My thing in all seriousness, I love this about Patrick Mahomes. Just taking out of all the things that people have talked about, going back and forth with Cincinnati. But I love this because he's actually able to speak himself now. That's the real Patrick Mahomes, right? Like he doesn't have to be PC about anything, which I never felt that he needed to be anyway, right? But now you're actually seeing the real Patrick Mahomes come out. Like Eminem. With the real Patrick Mahomes stand up?
Don't save this.
He's standing up.
Don't save this interview, but I'm about to say something that I'm going to regret when I leave.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes reminds me of Steph Curry. He was a guy that we know what he could possibly do, but we don't think that he going to do this. He started doing some stuff that we never seen a player do on a football field, and we kind of thought it was a fluke. Like, ain't no way that's going to keep working. I ain't going to just keep slinging the ball down the field and somebody's going to catch it every time. And he kept doing it and it kept working. He got 2 rings in 4 years in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Steph Curry was doing with shooting those shots from way back. Everybody's like, man, ain't no way he going to keep making it. Bro, he's like Steph Curry on the football field to me. It's so similar. And now he's in his bag. And if y'all see how Steph Curry is now, Steph used to be a babyface assassin, but now he talk his stuff now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Got a little facial hair on him. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to me, Patrick Mahomes he's like a Steph Curry on the football field.
Huh. I definitely agree. But my thing is this too, is now you got the whole league coming at him. Mm-hmm. Right? Like now and I don't understand how he's the villain. He's being portrayed as the villain.
You're a winner.
I get it.
They gotta
I get it, but Tom Brady wasn't really a villain like that.
Everybody hated Tom Brady. Everybody hated Tom Brady because he won all the time. Everybody hated Tom Brady.
Hold on. You couldn't even finish that with the straight face.
Let me finish this though. But Tom Brady was still the face of the league. Like Patrick, they want to make Josh Allen the face of the league. That's what I'm saying. Like they want to make Josh Allen the face of the league now so bad.
No, they don't.
Over Patrick Mahomes
is the face of the league, bro.
Nah, come on.
They do not want to, bro. Stop it, bro.
They want to make Josh Allen the face so bad.
You know what? This is so funny because Chiefs fans even when they win. Wait a minute. Hold on. Even when they win the Super Bowl and Patrick Mahomes is the face of the league.
The
face. We're not gonna say he might be.
So why they put Josh Allen? Now, y'all cannot sit up here and tell me that they don't throw Josh Allen out there.
On there.
Who is they?
Mahomes was just on there.
It doesn't matter. He's
on
the best player.
Of the Madden. You can't get it back to back.
All right, I'm gonna tell you who's got back to back. Stan Kroenke's got back to back. He has his teams continue to dominate with his 4th championship in 16 months. So there isn't an owner anywhere in the world who has had nearly much success as Stan Kroenke in the last 2 years. In fact, there might not be an owner who's won as much as he has.
Yeah, I mean, he puts a lot of money behind.
He's got the Rams. They won. Then he has a Colorado Mammoth, who won an NLL championship 4 months later. Then Colorado Avalanche, Stanley Cup, and now you got the Denver Nuggets.
What's the Colorado Mammoth? What's NLL?
He basically, it's just.
Jerry what league is that?
So the NLL, it's soccer, right? It's a semi-pro soccer league.
I don't know. I don't watch all that stuff, but he does a great job as being an owner. He does the right things, but my favorite owner of all time is Jerry Buss.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So real quick before we wrap up, there is a guy who basically is a Canadian golfer who's tackled by security while celebrating his fellow golfers' tournament win.
I saw that.
I missed that.
I saw that.
So basically, he ran out and onto the green while his friend was winning and was tackled
He
by
had
security
some
in
champagne
Canada.
or something, right? Or beer.
He had some champagne.
Yeah, champagne.
Yeah, you go to our Facebook page, you guys can check that out.
Oh man!
And a Rubik's Cube 3x3 world champion. He had broke a record for the it's a 4.5-year-old record, 3.47 seconds. Let's check it out.
Yeah, you're talking about Adam Hadwin. So Adam Hadwin is a
Y'all think y'all can do that?
It'll probably take me 3.
I mean, I've done it in like 3.5 seconds, but like I'm lying, but still, no.
Fast.
I don't even put my pants on that fast.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
We appreciate everyone who joined in on today's show. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for all your likes and subscriptions. Remember, interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it. Interact with us and talk about it, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. Until next week, we are out of here.
Peace.
The views and opinions expressed on the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundations.